Breakfast with Luke Knight. 97.3 AppleFM.
Not too long ago, actually, you heard the story about Lady Luna, a newly orphaned foal who was found by a group of walkers up on Exmoor. Dawn and Nick Westcott, who founded the Exmoor Pony Project and care for over 30 horses, both big and small, were luckily the ones to find Lady Luna and nurse her back to health. They've been desperately pledging for your kind donations to pay for Luna's expenses, and I'm pleased to say it's worked. Not only will we get an update on Luna, but Dawn herself is with me now to talk about a brand new book she has written. Good morning, Dawn.
Good morning, Luke.
How are we doing this morning?
Very well. Glad Storm Brian has passed.
Yes, I bet. And the horses, I'm sure, are glad that it's passed as well. Although, they're pretty winterproof. They're pretty rugged, aren't they?
Well, do you know, in the worst of the storm, they were all outside, all eating grass and completely unconcerned about it. So,
Brian, who's he? He's off for the Life of Brian, isn't it? Monty Python. Anyway, yeah. So lovely stuff. Well, firstly, give us an update on Lady Luna. How's she doing?
Well, she's doing really, really well. We're very pleased. The first few weeks were a bit tricky because she had a gripey tummy and she didn't want the mare replacement milk. But with the help of a mare and Nick, with his expertise at feeding stock.
I should say Nick is hiding away in the corner there for moral support, and he's your driver this morning. So good morning, Nick.
And at the beginning, it took about half an hour to get even a half a bottle of lamb's, the amount of lamb's milk, but actually mare replacement milk, into her. And she did have us worried for a bit, but then she's flourished. She's got a little group of ponies that she's with, and it's all going really well, so fingers crossed for her.
Oh, fantastic. And how much did you raise in the end?
In the end, it was just over the target of £2,000, which is fantastic.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
and how long
really
did that
good.
take?
When did we start it? About the 8th of September.
Yes, because you came on and talked about it just after...
Because we got her on the 6th of September. That was when the walk took place.
Yes, and you came on, I think, mid-September, so... in virtually just over a month.
It was, yeah.
That's really, really good, isn't it?
Fantastic response from people.
That's really good.
And, very great help.
And have you taken on any more work, shall we say, or any more horses since she came into your care?
Well, we've had our own arrival, the foal that arrived very late from our own stud. He's Holtbull Dick Turpin.
Oh, what a fantastic name for a horse.
His grandfather is called the Highwayman. So,
oh, right,
and
okay.
he's arrived just in time to give Lady Luna a nice companion, and that's made all the difference because she has a little friend. But our real job at the moment is to help the other farmers to place their foals, that are coming off the moor. So.
Oh, wonderful. That's fantastic. So, exciting month as well for you ahead, because you've just released a book. Now, you've got it here. Lovely. Do you know what? I said it to you just beforehand. I'm a bit of a simpleton. I do love pictures in books, and you've got some gorgeous pictures in there.
Oh, thank you.
It's a book of your own. You've written a couple before, haven't
yes.
you? So, tell us about this one that you've just written.
Well, the first one was about an orphan foal called Mr. Chapeau, and the second one was about a wild-born stallion called Bear, who's done really well. And this book brings their stories together, but it kind of connects them with the herd, both at home and the herds on the moor. So it's a series of stories that sort of interlock through the book, and it's allowing the ponies to speak. It's allowing them to reveal how they think and learn, and how they interact with each other and also with us, because the experiences with them have been amazing, and I hope that's reflected in the book so that people can just perhaps see it from the ponies' point of view a bit more.
So would you say it's a little bit of fact and a little bit of fiction in there as well?
It is, yes, because they're all real-life stories, but just their adventures and their experiences and what they get up to. They are such characterful ponies, and they've got so much to show us and teach us through these stories, really.
I mean, I've spoken to authors in the past, and there's been many a time where they've said, you know what, I got to maybe week 5, and I thought, you know what, this idea is rubbish, I'm throwing it in the bin. Was there any point during the writing of any of the books where you just thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with this anymore?
No, I didn't really get that. What I got was...
Too much, so...
I suddenly realised, all these stories connect. Every herd that I was looking at, that I had pictures I wanted to say something about, and the herd at home and our different characters, I realised that there was always a connection. So, we had bears, foals that were being born out on the moor. We had the foals here that were connected to, for example, herd 23 out on Anstey Common. There was a connection with Molland, and it all kind of, the difficulty, the complexity was really kind of writing it and getting all of that down and getting the flow, but that was fun. It was like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, and then all these pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with quite a few authors, I mean, writing the book is sort of an idea in their head which they use almost as a hobby to sort of write around their everyday life, because they have obviously an everyday life, whereas your everyday life is the horse.
And surrounded by
are the horses, and that is your life. So it must have been really easy to write the book at some points, wasn't it?
I wish it was easy.
Get the chuckle from your husband in the corner there. Yeah, easy. What are you on about?
It was fun. It's a challenge, but wonderful challenge, really. So
excellent. Have you earmarked any other books? Have you thought, do you know what, there's more to cram into pages?
Well, I mean, I would love to develop and evolve a children's book around the story of Lady Luna. I think that would just be
sounds
wonderful.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that really lends itself to a magical tale.
It does. Do you know what? It even lends itself to a film. Honestly, you may have heard it here first at Apple FM. You may have heard it here first. I mean, how long does it take for these books to write?
I've written one a year. But the stories are so intense that you literally sit down and they grip you and you can't stop until you've written it. And I sort of feel that a bit about Lady Luna. So I think I'm ready. You have to really want to do it, and it has to be an idea that is just has to come out of you. And when you get that, as any author will know, that is precious. That's gold.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I haven't had the experience yet of not knowing what to write. And hopefully that will never happen.
Let's hope not. But so, I mean, how your book is now on shelves and also online, isn't it? So how do people get your book?
They can get it from my website. The copies bought there help us to fund the Exmoor Pony Project and our work, and that's wildponywhispering.co.uk. But they can also buy it at Waterstones, at local bookshops. It's available. It'll be available all over the country and on Amazon. So it's pretty good distribution. And from my publishers, Halsgrove, they can order copies direct from there too.
Do you know what? I go up onto Exmoor so much because I do sort of delivery driving job for my other work, and I see some of the ponies up there. And I just think, I love it. I absolutely love it up there. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, you must love it up there just as much as me, in fact, more. Well,
they're such an iconic animal because they're so ancient and they're pure. They're not crossed with any other equines, so they really are so identifiable. Well, a national treasure, really. We're so lucky to have those ponies on Exmoor.
And something a little bit more political as well. I mean, this whole pony meet thing over on Dartmoor, that's becoming a little bit more voiced, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, are there any thoughts about it from Exmoor?
We really don't want to go down that road. There's one fundamental reason, and that is that horses are not in the agricultural food chain. So animals like cattle, sheep, pigs and chickens, poultry, they are classed as food. Horses aren't. They're something different. They enjoy a special status. And I think it would be a very great shame for horses and ponies to lose that status and pitch them into the food chain. It would have welfare implications. It would be a terrible worry, and I just think it would be a dreadful mistake to go down that road.
Absolutely. Well, onto lighter topics. So the book is out now. So Wild Herd Whispering, and how much can you pick it up for?
It's $14.99.
$14.99, and a very reasonable price. It's very good value for money. Lovely book, and I shall certainly be reading it.
Thank you very much, Luke.
All right, thank you so much. That's Dawn Westcott there for coming in and talking to us and giving us an update on Lady Luna, and also talking about her new book as well. Well, it's just gone past 8:15.
Apple FM weather.